on Tricky Kid Radio, cosplayer extraordinaire, Joanie Brosas.
Hi guys.
And like you said, I mentioned to you, or I guess this would be a surprise for you, is that you know that you were, our listeners and our viewers voted you #1 cosplayer in 2015.
That makes me so happy, and I can't believe I haven't seen that yet. I'm
Well-
gonna have to go see that because that makes me so happy.
Well, I'll make sure I will send you the link to that so that you can see that so much.
Please.
Awesome.
Oh, I wanna see that.
So, you know, what's funny is that I know we talked about this yesterday, but you had quite the adventure getting here, and I wanted people that were listening and watching at home and everything else, that your dedication to your craft that landed you in Dallas. Very briefly.
I almost gave up, but I was like, you know what? It was my first time in Dallas. I'm like, I have to be here. So I was flying standby, and I was stuck in Salt Lake City. I started at 7 in the morning, and I got bumped off of like 4 flights. Like, sorry, this one's full. Sorry, this one's full.
I know what it's like, for sure.
I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, fine, all right. So I finally got on a plane, and I got to Denver. That's your middle part. And so I was stuck in Denver for like 7 hours. I missed like 4 or 5 more flights. And they're like, nope, you can't get on the plane. Nope. And so I actually made a friend there, which was really nice. He's like, you've had a rough day. I'm going to buy you beer.
Well, I was thinking after like 12 hours.
Yeah, so it was, oh, God.
Well, I used to fly standby like that too, and doing, you know, I'm a professional DJ, and my background is in the music industry, and so I would do that. I'd have to fly over, and I would have to do that. I'd have to do gigs in Vegas, where I'm for like money.
And when you're on a time schedule, it's just like, okay, probably shouldn't do this next time.
Well, if I had known I'd heard about it, and I was like, if I'd seen it, I would just send you a quick one. Look, babe, Southwest, all right. Just,
I've never had that problem. Like, I've been able to get on every single one of them, and this is the first time I've missed like 5 in a row. I think it was just the day I picked. It was the worst day to travel.
Well, again, this is your first time in Dallas too, right?
It is, yeah. So,
personal and professional, or?
Both, yeah. I've never been. I think I've maybe passed through here or something, but I've never actually like been here. The closest I've been is I used to live in Alabama, so it was close.
Yeah,
but
kind of.
Kind of close. Well, it's the South, right?
Well, I mean, the people who have been to the South, that would seem close, right?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to take something kind of funny. I mentioned it earlier whenever we were talking. Was it? The one thing that you don't know is that, okay, so not this year, but last year, I was in Utah, Park City, covering the Sundance Film Festival, right? And then the corresponding Slam Dance Film Festival.
Oh, cool.
There's another independent film festival that runs concurrent to Sundance, okay? And I was doing it, and I got invited by the people that do the Star Wars celebration.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they invited me. They were like, "Hey, why don't you stick around?" Because they were there. And they were like, "Why don't you stick around? There's going to be the Salt Lake City Comic Con." And obviously, I like nerdy stuff, G.I. Joe tattoos, right? But I wasn't aware of like the phenomenon that has become the Comic Con.
Oh yeah,
okay?
yeah, it's a big thing now.
Right. So to me, what cosplay was, and to what just was basically people just dressing up for the midnight showing of Harry Potter. You know
Yeah, of course.
okay.
Yeah, just put on a robe, you're good.
And I think your friend Megan, I think you said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll give a shout out to
Megan Golden.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's my best friend.
We'll give her a plug. Okay.
Yeah, we match all the time. She's so much fun.
That's awesome. Well, so there was like this buzz, like I thought the Beatles had arrived. Like I was just like, I was like, what is going on?
Huge thing.
And I went up there, and I think you were like Laura Croft, I think.
Yep.
Okay, and I forget what character she was. Regardless, what I was saying was that. So anyway, I was like, okay, so this is a thing now. Like this isn't just like cosplay is for everyone, of course, and I appreciate you preaching that. But I didn't realize the people that had raised it to such a art form.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
So what I wanted to take was I'm actually grateful to you because here's the deal. Because of the coverage that I did, we got more traffic, more stuff than Sundance. Like our coverage of Sundance and our coverage of the Salt Lake City Comic Con, which I understand is kind of one of the bigger ones in the country.
Oh yeah.
And so it was like, so thanks to you. So I'm in debt to you actually. So because of that, I was like, not just to get traffic for the website, I had the best time. I had so much fun.
Good,
so since then, I DJ'd like at Akon, like anime festivals, that kind of stuff, like but didn't really know too much about it. So, but it was funny. So when I got home, I was telling people about you and Megan and a few other wonderful people because you also were so nice and so cool. And then it seemed like the your popularity just exploded, like
Yes.
just within that same time frame.
It's crazy how much like one show can change a lot for you because it sometimes there's a lot of fans in whatever state you're in and
Right.
they just kind of latch onto them like, oh, I love this, and then it just goes crazy. So you just never know. That's why I like to travel and make new friends everywhere.
Absolutely. Well, our fan base and our listeners and everything else voted you #1 cosplayer last year. We had a top 10 list. I don't know if you.
I didn't see that.
Okay.
Oh.
So you were ranked #1.
That's so cool.
And that was what was so neat about it. Is again, cosplays for everybody, but for you to kind of elevate it, being very instrumental, be inspirational to people.
I really try, because like struggling on my own, it's hard even just making friends. Cosplay's even harder because you're in front of a lot of people, and
Right.
it's like I had a lot of people who I looked up to, and they changed, and sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, and so I want to be kind of a good person for them to be able to look up to. So I always try to keep that in mind of I have to keep pushing through, and I have to overcome these things so that I can help others overcome it too.
Well, for
So
sure.
it's rough, but like even for me, like I just recently came out with like my scars. I have like really bad scarring,
Yeah.
and it's something that I'd struggled with forever. Like
Sure.
I had them photoshopped out of all my pictures.
Right.
Like I hated them, but when you meet the right people that encourage you enough to make you comfortable with yourself, you're like, I want to be like that person, so I'm going to be okay with them.
That's right.
So maybe other people will see that and like, oh, I'm going to be okay with them, and I'm going to be that. And it's kind of like I don't know, it's just sharing happiness and just sharing encouragement. So it just passes it on. It's contagious.
But see, here's also what I like about that too is this, okay, you're attractive, that, okay? And so for people, but I'm saying, but like, for people out there that want to do cosplay, they may think that they have to be a certain level of whatever they think is unattainable in terms of being attractive.
Yeah, like I have to look like a Barbie doll, or I have to look like
Right.
this, or I want to look like this and I don't look like this, so I can't do this.
So that's why I mention that, because I think it's very important for somebody that is this profoundly attractive to be saying, no, I've got my own insecurities.
Oh, yeah.
I've had my own rejections. I've had my own
So what people don't realize is that I'm a good example because they see that and they're like, oh, this girl's confident. She's never had a problem in her
That's
life.
right. That's
Which
what I mean.
they see that, and that's a compliment to me because I have, and I've overcome it, and I'm a good example to see what I've overcome. I mean, people are like, oh, your body's so perfect. Like when I was a kid, I was called a 12-year-old boy. I'm flat-chested, and I didn't know how to stand up straight, and I was awkward all the time.
Right.
And I finally found a way to position myself where it's more attractive and more appealing to see. And once you understand that, I mean, curvy girls, scrawny girls, it doesn't matter. You just find out what works for your body, and you take that and you remember it, and then it just gets ingrained in your mind, and you keep doing that, and then people will see it and they're like, oh, you're attractive. Just automatically you're attractive.
Right.
But it takes a lot of practice.
Right.
But it's a compliment that I've worked hard enough to get to where people don't see that I have any flaws, but I have tons.
Well, of course. But the fact that you make that public, the fact that the reason why your motivation to make it public is to inspire people, I think it's wonderful. I think it's awesome. I think it's important.
Thank you. It is. It's so important. It's hard because a lot of people sometimes don't have friends out there that encourage them enough. And I may not be able to personally be able to touch people and tell people you can do this, but as much as I can, I want to be there for people.
So what was your decision to come out about the, how do you pronounce this?
They're called keloids.
Okay. They're part of you.
They are. They
Yeah.
are part of me now. My friend, she's another cosplayer, Vera Bambi.
Okay.
I met her and she's so sweet. I love her personality because she's kind of a lot where I get my inspiration from is
Okay.
she looked at them. She's like these are so cool. Like she's like, do you do scarification or something? Like they're a new tattoo or something.
Like a fetish or something,
Like,
right? Yeah.
And I was like, these are cool to somebody. These aren't disgusting. So, nobody's saying, ew, what are those? But like she thought they were cool.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you just kind of wake up and you snap out of it and you're like, oh, I could be comfortable with these. These
That's
are
right.
actually kind of cool.
That's
know?
right.
And then I met my boyfriend and he looked at me as a whole instead of just like, oh, maybe you should cover
wasn't coddling you about it.
Right, exactly. He didn't baby it. He's just like I don't care.
Yeah.
Wear whatever you want. They're
Yeah.
cool, you know. And
Yeah.
so he saw me as a whole instead of separating the two because I was uncomfortable with it. You just kind of plunge into it. And you're like,
Right.
oh, you don't notice it. I don't notice it. Oh, it's not that bad.
So that was your inspiration to, or at least I guess you're being able to overcome the fear because you had that support system.
Yeah, exactly. Having the right people in your life can change a lot.
And now you're the support system for a lot of
That's
people.
what I want to be.
That's
yes.
fantastic. So what kind of feedback have you gotten about that?
I've had so much good feedback. One of my favorite comments, and I haven't been able to reply to it yet, but I plan on it because I want to give it a good reply. It deserves a good reply. Is this dad messaged me? He's like, I was swiping through your pictures, and my daughter saw that you had scars, and she has bad scarring from I think she's had chemo or something like that.
Sure.
And she's like, I have scars. She's like, she's pretty and she has scars. That's not so bad. And so
Right.
she felt so much better about herself. And so this dad just wrote me this heartfelt email about how it helped his daughter, and he just said thank you for doing
Wonderful.
that.
So you knew you made the right decision right then.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just just that alone, even if I didn't get any other comments. And I get disgusting comments every now and then. It's like, I expected that. As long as you expect it, you can be okay with it.
But people also probably want to try to tear you down because you're so attractive. People kind of find that maybe be
I need
frustrated.
to humble you.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
I'm gonna slap you down. Get off that high horse.
But for me, it's funny, because for me again, I wrote an article in my coverage from Salt Lake City, how we were talking about it. I wrote an article where I was like, there is these Mitch and Megan as well. I was like, that are doing this cosplay thing, but they're doing it at such an elevated level that it not only is it art. I mean, is there anybody that is doing it this genuine? Because you're a genuine. In my research, you're a genuine. This isn't another gig for you. You know what I mean?
No,
This is.
It of course it pays bills. Just like anything else. But for me, it's important to do your best at what you do and be a good example for other people. Because
That's
I'm
right.
in front of so many people.
Right.
My biggest thing is in the morning you come, you're refreshed and you've eaten breakfast and you're happy, and that first person comes by and you're happy, you give them a good experience. That person gets a good experience. The very last person that comes and sees you should get also the best experience.
For sure.
Just because they come later doesn't mean that you should be any less energized to see them.
For
Because
sure.
they came out to see you. No matter what time they come out to see you, you need to give them that energy because they deserve that.
Absolutely, for
so
sure.
that's hard. It's really, really
I
hard.
would imagine.
So,
and I'm sure you probably get some criticisms because you tend to also, I know you're very diverse, but since you do have the ability, which I think is a perfect option, you do sometimes do a very sexualized injection of cosplay, which is just another part of it. It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I just try to have fun with them. That's
Yeah.
why I like to call myself a model that likes to cosplay. People call me a cosplayer, and I identify with that too. But I know a lot of people are offended by it because they put a lot of work into their stuff. I don't have that kind of talent. My talent's more makeup artist and
Right.
changing my face to look like the character and taking photos that look like the character.
For sure.
You pull that personality out of there. But I feel bad sometimes calling myself a cosplayer because I know a lot of people put a lot of work into their cosplays.
Yeah.
So I know sometimes it offends people, but I just like to have fun with
That's
it.
right.
And I just
That's
want to
right.
encourage others to have fun with it, And for instance, this shirt, it's very tiny, but it accentuates what I do have.
Yeah.
I call this Australian cleavage because it's from down under. So, I don't have
That's
the
amazing.
upper cleavage that other people have. So I'm trying to bring the butt cleavage and then the down under cleavage. So that's all I've got. You gotta work with what you got, okay? That's all I have.
Well, the whole thing, you're a young, beautiful girl. So, you got the resources. You should be
When I'm
enjoying
60 years
yourself.
old, I'm gonna be like, look, kids, I was hot once.
That's right.
One
That's
of
right.
these days, I'm gonna be proud of what I did.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
I'm gonna use it while I have it. I'm not wasting this.
That's right. You can
Dang
look
it.
at you're gonna go, yep. I was hot.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not grandma's hot.
But you don't have to. I think you deserve the title of cosplayer. You're putting in the miles. You're traveling everywhere. You know what I mean? Well, Joanie, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thank you.
And again, like I said, I've been wanting to tell you that story for about a year and a half because, like I said, I was like every time I come to one of these and I get so successful, I was like, Joanie Brosas, I've got to
I did it.
I've got to thank her for that.